And those chords are the Office theme song chords. So hang on. It's like.
Hey guys, James Austin Taylor here for Roxanne with another of our video calls. We're catching up with everybody while we're all stuck at home. I'm delighted to say that our main man, Austin Knight's on the line. How are you, man?
So good, the best I've ever been, the best you've ever seen.
That's what I like to hear. Positive vibes from your end. I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah, this is how we're kind of starting all these. I just want to know how you genuinely are because it's the weirdest time we've ever gone through, obviously. Are you keeping well? All the guys keeping well and all that stuff?
I think so. I tried to FaceTime Otto today, but he didn't answer because he's a little bitch. Yeah, man, I'm just kicking back, making some sounds, a lot of sounds. Oh, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puzzles done. I've missed, like, I don't go outside that much, which is a bummer. Like, I try and go at least like once a day, but I've started wearing sunglasses inside because it's like fun for me. I don't want to show you yet because here's what I'm going to do. I've been doing a lot of puzzles and they're all still on my floor and I'm not taking any of them apart once they're done. So like when quarantine's over, I'm going to post a picture of all of them.
That's actually a really nice idea. Show something that you achieved while you're stuck there. Something fun, something that killed the boredom. Like, how many do you reckon you'll get through then? Have you got a number you're going to aim for?
I think 10. Actually, wait, I got another one done on the kitchen table. I got tired of sitting on the ground doing the puzzles, so I did one on the kitchen table. I got to transfer it over, and then I've got 2 more that are in the works right now. Actually, what kind of put me on it was Nick from Sleeping with Sirens lives in my building, and he was like, "Hey, do you like puzzles?" I was like, "Yo, I fucking love puzzles." And he was like, "Cool. Do you want to borrow this Harry Potter one?" I was like, "Absolutely, I do." And that was like a couple weeks ago. So brought it over. I was all like, "Disinfect, and then I did it, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" And I remembered I had 5 puzzles of my own. So I got this like holographic dolphin one, and then I had like 4 Disney ones that all came in like a super box.
Man, you're all set. You're all set for this lockdown, man. What else do you need apart from food? You're all good. Like, you got the puzzles, you're sorted. Puzzles, studio set up, you're going to be absolutely fine, man. Loads to catch up with you on since I last saw you, because we saw you last time with the tour. And congrats on that, by the way, because we didn't get much of a chance to chat with you because you're on vocal rest, obviously. Lovely, lovely time we had with you guys. But, you know, you personally were obviously...
It was good.
Oh, it came out great, that video, man. I love that chat. It was really cool. But congratulations on the tour, because I remember you said when the album came out, you were trying big shit this time. You were trying big shit, big things, and it really felt like you went for it.
All the shows sold out. What's up?
Dude, that is awesome.
Live Nation gave us that.
No, I was just going to say, that show, like, you had been saying for a while, you wanted to try new stuff for a Waterparks show and really kind of build it into a bigger thing. And it paid off, even down to like the film elements, the lighting elements, the stage setting. Talk to me now that it's a bit in the rear view about actually putting that show together, because it seems like you really put massive amounts of effort in it, and it was really cool to see.
Dude, and actually there was so there was a trade-off. In the UK, we got to have like bigger production as far as like the video walls and stuff like that. And we got to do, more with lighting. But then in America, I had these orange mannequins that we had to get like a bunch of mannequins. We got like, I think it was like 16 or 17 mannequins. And Lucas, our tour manager, painted them all orange before the tour. He was like, "This is the worst thing you've ever made me do." And because I was like, "Okay, here's what's up. I need them to be like this shade of orange. And I want them to be like glossy though, not just like matte orange, because I want the lights to reflect off them. So if they're glossy, it'll be like, you know what I'm saying? And it'll be kind of like sort of like disco ball effect, but in like orange mannequin form, where it'll like kind of bounce the light around. And it'll kind of like amplify what we have. But I also need like orange fluorescent paint to go just on their eyes. So it'll be like in the music videos, but we can make it happen live. So that way, for certain parts of the set, based on like the like fluorescent or not fluorescent. I'm sorry, the like the black light kind of stuff we had, or the LED bulbs. We would like emphasize those on the mannequins, like on my head and shit, and make it to where their eyes were like orange, like in the music videos and stuff. God dang, that was so cool. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to imagine going back or like going backwards with like newer tours that we could be happening or in the works or whatever, because like now that I know what can happen if I'm like way too hands-on with production and make it like super tight, now that I know what can happen, I'm like, well, now I got to do that every time and beat myself.
You've set yourself targets now, man. You've got to keep topping yourself on these tours.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool though. It came off so well, man. Congratulations. And you guys filmed it, right? That's going to be released at some point?
Dude, oh my God. I've been seeing some stuff from it and it's so crazy. Oh my God. Yeah.
Was it filmed in the UK? Was it one of the UK shows you did? Remind me. Which show was filmed? Awesome.
It was Birmingham. I originally planned on doing it in London just because, you know what I mean? Like for the kind of like the novelty, it's like, duh, it's London. But then I saw the Birmingham venue and I was just like, oh shit, hold on. There was like, cause like the London one's really cool, but it was like a very like long, flat ground. You know what I mean? But with Birmingham, there were levels to it. There was like big floor and then like a second tier, like a balcony, and then like a third one. And I was like, okay, that's going to look so much better on film. Like seeing the levels, you know what I mean? It just like, I think there's like 100 more people there. Not that makes or breaks the decision, but it just, I was like, this will look a lot bigger if we film it here. And dude, it does. Oh,
man, I'm excited to see that, man. I really, really am. Do you have any idea when you're going to put that out? You thinking in the summertime? How's that going to work?
Honestly, it's hard to say because with our photo dude, John, he's the one who's doing like the primary, like he's doing the editing on it. He was one of the shooters, and we brought in like 5 other shooters as well, just to like get like a ton of angles and different types of lenses and cameras and stuff. But I'm definitely pushing him because I was like, look, bands do concert DVDs all the fucking time. Like, and like, I've watched them since I was, young. But I was like, I want this to be kind of different. I want this to be like I want it to feel like, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. I want it to kind of push boundaries with live DVDs. Like I want it to feel like IMAX, but with like crazy effects and like a lot of post stuff. And like I want it to feel like more like art rather than just documentation.
That's a nice way of putting it. You're kind of going for yeah, almost like movie vibe, I suppose, rather than it being a concert film, like almost a concert movie.
Right. And I'm like, whenever things are like kind of getting like, as they progress, I'm like, yeah, but what if we also like did it to where we did this effect where things are going like, and John's like, fuck, all right. And so he goes back and like, we've never made him do anything this big. So he's been like upgrading computers and stuff. But everything I've seen and heard, I'm just like, it's crazy. Like, because the thing is, I wanted there to be like studio versions and then like live versions. Like with things like War Crimes or Reboot or Turbulent or, Miss Having Sex But At Least I Don't Want to Die Anymore. Like, I felt like a doctor at the end of a medicine commercial when I said that title. Miss Having Sex But At Least I Don't Want to Die Anymore. It's like the side effects.
Yeah, nice.
But like, I knew like when we were in the studio doing them, I was like, okay, well, these will have live renditions and, with like more organic things or like, drum stuff or like worse. It's really cool. Like for that. But yeah, man, like hearing them, I'm just like, oh shit. It's like new versions of a lot of things because since we switched it up for the shows, and it's just really cool.
It's so exciting. Can't wait to see him. And like you say, at top speed, mention I miss having sex, but at least I don't want to die anymore.
Yes.
Again, somebody to congratulate you on that 10 million streams, my man.
I
That's
saw that, dude.
absolutely awesome.
That's so weird because like we didn't even push it as a single.
Right. Is TikTok the thing that's kind of led that? I mean, I guess like when did you find out that it had become this hit on TikTok? Because I figured you weren't on TikTok then, right?
No, because I didn't want to do it. But then it started to make more sense to me when I saw that. I was like, actually, this is the first type of like, it's not necessarily like a social media kind of, I mean, it kind of is because you can comment and follow and blah, blah, blah. But so I guess it is, but it's the first one to implement music this hard since MySpace. And I fuck with that. You know what I mean? Like with MySpace, you had like profile songs and all this stuff. And that's how I found a lot of things like back when I was like younger. And like I'd be like 14 on MySpace, like, oh shit, like what is this? That's how I found a ton of things. But yeah, like Twitter doesn't have like a profile song, or like Instagram doesn't even let you put fucking links in the caption to like find stuff. Facebook, like no one, like a lot of people call things like MySpace bands. No one's ever been like, oh, they're a Facebook band. You know what I mean? Like most social media doesn't give a shit about music, but TikTok does. So I was like, you know what? This is actually kind of a good thing. So yeah, but anyway, the label hit me up one day and was like, hey, it's really picking up on TikTok. And I was just kind of like, huh, cool. I didn't really think that much of it. And then very quickly it passed everything else. And I was just like, what? Like Dream Boy and Watch What Happens Next were at like 4 million or something. And then over like a couple days, Miss Having Sex, Police, I Don't Want to Die Anymore was at like 5 or 6 million. And I was like, what? And then eventually it passed Turbulent, and I was like, dude, what in the fuck? Because, you know what I mean? Like Dream Boy was our first song to actually like have consistent radio, like where it was like big national radio. And, you know, people would be hearing it in like restaurants or there's random places. Like people would send us videos. They're like, I'm at a fucking carnival and it's playing. And I'm like, oh, carnies love it. And then, no, but then, yeah, this one with literally nothing, just like doubled it easily.
So crazy, man. So crazy, but amazing though. Amazing to be able to tap into this kind of completely new audience. I guess it's only really come about in the last like year or so since TikTok's kind of kicked off. It's a cool thing to have and utilize in that way. I guess it obviously begs the question, have you seen anything on TikTok using that song that's particularly made you laugh or really caught your eye in that way?
I've laughed at a few things. See, I didn't look at too many for that one, but I looked at a bunch for Dream Boy. And some of the ones on there, I was just like, because it was like obviously like people that just saw it on like the trending thing and were just trying to like get their numbers up or whatever. And they didn't know. It's like they wouldn't know the words. And they'd kind of be like, and they would just be like doing some kind of cringy thing or like, oh, I saw this dude with a Miss Having Sex and he was like, he was like shirtless and he was like, you could tell he's just like fucking feeling himself and shit. And he's like air humping shit in his bathroom. And I was just like, I wish I didn't write this song. but
hey, a new fan in all shapes and sizes, dude.
But it's like, is he though?
Well, I suppose, yeah. Who knows? He likes that jam at least. He likes that song for sure. That's one thing, man.
It's good though because it's brought in new people that like aren't necessarily like Twitter stan type people. Because like, I mean, I do, you know, I do very much love everybody or very much appreciate everybody for, you know, everything they do for us and, you know, liking or what we do. But obviously they're also extremely hectic and like, they're just so much. Like I haven't even gone on Twitter like to post anything in like maybe like 5 or 6 days. But what was it? Oh yeah, but like being able to get people outside of this like very volatile group is like kind of nice. You know what I mean? Like people finding us who aren't necessarily gonna like tear my face off over nothing. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a new set of fans, man. It's cool to be able to open up in that way for sure. And again, on that note, like the amount of new stuff you guys are trying, and especially in this kind of gap since the tour and everything, is really kind of cool. Like, putting out all these remixes for a start. Like, how did that come about? Like, I guess are you reaching out to people you think would be cool to jump on a track? How's it all kind of working?
Honestly, the Dream Boy one that we dropped, they just did it like on spec. Wow. Yeah, and then management sent it to me, and they're like, "Yo, what do you think?" And I was like, "Yo, this is fucking," because they know I like remixes. And like I like electronic stuff. And anytime I've heard remixes of like other people, like sometimes I even like it more than the real song. And I was like, "Hey, this fucks." And then we're about to put out one for Telephone. Actually in less than a week now, but and that one was done by like one of our really good friends. His name's Andrew Atwood. He's so fucking talented, but he was like, "Hey, check it." I was like, "How the fuck did you even get these stems? But this is amazing. Oh my god." Like, I was like, "We should put this out." And so now it's just kind of been like people making them and sending them, and if I really like it, then I'm like, release.
Nice. It's cool. Do you think
it gives me an excuse, huh?
No, I was going to say, do you feel like you will do more for the rest of the album then? Because you have a couple of tracks under your belt. And is it just a case of things are popping up you think sound cool? Or do you want to maybe build the catalog of remixes?
Dude, I would never turn that idea down because like I said, I love remixes. So if we just got a ton of really good ones, I would definitely put out like a thing of them,
Yeah, maybe. Well, hopefully in the future.
Yeah, no, because like when I'm making things, obviously like I put in like a ton of electronic stuff and like a lot of little sounds and things like that. But I also like for every release, our dude Jared, love him so much. He's signed to Skrillex's label, and he's like just like amazing with electronic stuff. And literally since Cluster, we've had him on. I'm like, I don't want to put out anything without him touching, because he's just so fucking talented. And so like all the electronic stuff, I'd say like it's definitely a good mix. Like I think some songs it could be like 40% him, 60% me. Some could be like 50-50. It really varies. But he was like, oh yeah, whenever he sends like, because we'll send him the songs in the studio like as we're working on them, and then he sends back a thing with like 15 or 20 additional electronic layers. And honestly, one of my favorite parts of making an album, maybe my favorite part, is just putting all those on it and just sitting back and listening. And because when I finish a song, I'm like, okay, that's everything. Like that's it. That's all there is to it. There's no more room for anything else. And he just hears things different. And when I like get to listen to everything he does, dude, I've cried before. Straight up. Like he added in Tantrum, like right before the outro, that thing, and I was just like, I was like, oh shit, that's how you know shit's about to go down. Like,
that's so cool, man. To have a collaborator like that can just add little finishing touches on that. So cool.
Or like in actually even in that chorus, he did the beep 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 beep
right.
beep. Yeah, like those things. Like those are him. He's so fucking good, man. But anyway, like where was I going with that? Oh yeah, remixes. When I get a remix for the first time, it's kind of that feeling again, because it's like all new sounds around it, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't even think of that. Holy shit! Like in the Dream Boy one, where they were like, so there's like a lot of they took the vocal and they're like, and I was just like, yo, I would have put that in the real thing if I thought of it. Fuck. Like, but
yeah, it's really cool, man. I mean, I guess you guys have always played around with more electronic sounds, like you say, especially on the last record for sure. Do you feel like now you're sort of playing around and have got time to play around with some new stuff and all that kind of thing? Do you feel like more pushing down that route, more going down the electronic side of things on the next record?
Well, the thing is, I've always really wanted us to be electronic. That's why I've like put in even back with our first EP, like on like Fantastic and shit. I just didn't know how to do it at the time. I was telling the dude in the garage, I was just like, okay, and I want there to be like take my voice and be like, beep, 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 and he was just like, okay. Like I had to really learn how to do it if I wanted to do stuff like Crave. Like that's when I started doing like actual like home demoing was before Cluster. And like actually I was listening to those demos the other day on FaceTime with Dwayne. Just like listening to us because like he's starting to learn how to home record and he's like, dude, I suck. I'm like, yo, you should hear how bad I was sucking. Like it gets better. You just have to keep doing it. But yeah, I mean, like I've always like every song like has a shitload of like. Actually, there was a you guys may have even posted it when I did it, but I put out like all the electronic sounds and harmonies from Blonde.
Oh, I think back in the day, I remember that one that you dropped that. Yeah.
So everything has always been layered with like a ton of electronics. It's like because I want them to be like because I'm a fucking pop boy, dude. I want them to feel like glossy pop, but then I just like format them in like as a band. You know what I mean? And if it doesn't work, then it's like, okay, well then they'll come out like how Reboot did, or like Crybaby. You know what I mean? Where it's like trying to force them into like a band thing didn't necessarily work. So I was like, fuck it, they stay like this. But yeah, I mean, I think I don't know, electronic stuff is just a little more interesting. It's like, and as long as you keep certain elements organic, it's fine. Like if the drums are fake, the guitars have to be real. Not fake, but electronic. I hate when people call it like, it's just fake drums. I'm like, you stupid bitch. Like that's like saying like electric guitar isn't real guitar because there's electricity involved. You know what I mean? Like you better just like acoustic drums and acoustic guitars, and you better want that singer to just sing straight. Like you better not have any fucking reverb on those vocals because reverb's electronic, dude. Fuck you. Like
just a double bass instead of a bassist. That's all you can have now.
You better be Amish if you're gonna say this shit. But it's always just a matter of like if there's a bunch of electronic stuff, like let's say it's very keyboardy and like, you know, like MIDI drum type stuff, then the vocals will be very like dry and organic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Yeah, have the balance there for sure. Yeah,
yeah. Because if you go too hard either way, I think that's where you can kind of either sound dated or just sound a little cheap. It's a matter of balance.
Yeah, for sure, man. It makes sense. In terms of like looking forward then, I mean, we can see you in the lovely studio setup now already playing the keys and stuff. Are you actually playing around like this? Or have you got, I mean, we know you just put out an album of loads of old demos and stuff that you threw out there, which is very, very fun. Are there demos? Are there worked in new songs? I know you're always working on something. This is the thing. Yeah. I mean, you had Fandom ready to go so long before it came out. Do you have similar levels of stuff you're kind of working on at the minute? I know you're not going to give me the full details. Just nodding's fine. It's all good.
I got a little something. Got a little something. Yeah. I got this one that goes like, wait. Starts like that. I haven't written the rest yet.
I tell you what, that I've got a feeling that could be a hit right there. That could be a hit.
Really?
Yeah. There was something about it. Something familiar. It was nice. It was working big.
It's like nostalgic but new.
What else was I going to ask you about? There are various other things.
Ask me about the podcast.
Oh, hey, you've got a podcast. Tell me about that.
That's the thing that's been coming out. It's every Wednesday. So wait, what happened yesterday? What the fuck? We filmed it back in April of last year, and I've just been doing a bunch of other shit, and I've never wanted to do too many things at once because I don't want anything to overshadow anything else. And I was like, you know what? I think we should give it to the people during this time since everyone is fucking bored. I think this is like a thing that will maybe make them laugh.
It's a good move, man. It's a good move being able to put stuff out like that. Do you feel like, as well as the podcast, because obviously you had that ready to go, which is amazing. Do you feel like you're going to try more shit? I mean, I know everyone's doing like Instagram live performances or whatever else. Do you feel like you might want to start doing more and more stuff while we're indefinitely stuck in this way? How do you see that working for you?
Maybe. It's just when a song is over, I like to hear people clap for me. How do I know I was good if I don't hear the clapping or the booing?
It's my favorite answer. I love that answer. That's brilliant. Yeah, I understand it, man. You're gonna have to just get people in a Zoom call like this, just silently cheering in the back, cheering off screen or something like that.
Like golf clapping.
Yeah, exactly. Little canned applause, but it's real. It'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. It's interesting, actually. That is something I definitely wanted to ask you about. Is you're used to working from home in this way to an extent. I mean, you do stuff in the studio, but you got your setup there and everything. How do you think being stuck like this is going to affect things on a grander musical scale? Because I guess everyone's having to adapt now. Do you feel like you have more freedom now to just kind of do what you want, put more stuff out? No, not at all.
No, I feel the opposite because I didn't realize how much being able to leave and go get coffee and like go to the offices and like manage, like I didn't realize how much I like needed to like go. Cause like whenever I was out, I was like, man, soon I'll be back home and I'll get to keep working. But whenever I'm forced to be there, then I'm like, oh, now maybe I just don't want to be told what to do. Dude.
Yeah, you think you need the structure in there maybe a little bit. Oh yeah, well I like this because sunglasses inside makes you feel like you're outside without actually breaking the rules. That's a good vibe.
It is. Also, I'm gonna put you away from the speaker so it doesn't hurt you so bad.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's a bit. It's very sort of Liam Gallagher, John Lennon. Those glasses. Well, they are. They always went for the kind of circular vibe. You know what I thought of you the other day? do you see your boy Pete Wentz posted on Instagram the other day? This is completely off topic now, by the way, but we're recording.
What he said?
He posted the Office theme played in like 10 different genres. And I immediately thought of you. I was like, that's something you'd be into and would
I haven't
play
seen
around
that.
with. Yeah, I'm going to have to send you that link because it's like acid jazz version, metal version, all that kind of stuff. I was like, I can see Waterparks playing with that. Yeah, definitally on that keyboard.
Dude,
I can see it in something like that.
You know what's a funny thing that I forgot I did until I was listening to I was watching The Office the other day and I thought about it. And I was like, holy shit, I forgot about an Easter egg that I did.
Have you done an Office Easter egg on a Waterparks track? Is that what you're about to tell me?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I'm right.
Hang on.
As a fan of your work and as a massive fan of The Office, I'm excited. Here we go.
Let me get my guitar.
Okay, I'm excited now. Here we go. If you just joined us, this is a conversation with Austin Knight via video call from Man of Waterparks. Okay. He's just revealed there is an Office reference somewhere in a Waterparks.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone's ever caught it because I would have remembered. I would have been like, yes, thank God. Okay. So I had the music for Not Warriors, like ready to go, right? Like the for the chorus, like so. And those chords are the Office theme song chords. So hang on. It's like so, and then in the second verse, I'm like, all I want's the Office and what's awful is, and it cuts off like don't room for it. But so it's like this. Yeah, like that thing, and then it's like right? And then when I remembered it like a week ago, and I was like, fuck, I forgot I did that.
Oh my God. Right. I mean, you know what's going to happen. So like the minute we put this out, someone's going to do the mashup and I need to see it. Like I need to hear the track over the opening credits. I need everything.
I hope they do it well because that would make me so happy.
Right. That's the challenge. Fans, you're watching this now. We want it and we want it done well. We need that
remix
guys.
And it needs to fuck.
It needs to fuck. You know this boy likes his remixes.
It needs to fuck. Yes.
Man, that is delightful. I'm so happy with that. Man, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you, and I'm glad you're keeping safe, and send our love to the boys. And yeah, I hope we get to see each other face to face sooner rather than later and all this madness.
We will. When is Reading and Leeds again? Is that August?
End of August, my man. Hopefully see you there. It'll be a good one.
See you there. Hey,
I'll see you there.
Hey, look at me, dude. Hey, fucking, hey, yo. Dude. I'll see you there.
I'll see you there, dude. I'll see you there.
It's going to be fucking fine. I'll see you there. It's not a big deal.
I'll see you there, bro. I'll see you there. End of August.
It's fine. I'll fucking see you in the future, dude. It's fine.
I'll see you in the future, man. All right. Austin Knight, everybody.